with Eargazmic Media, and I'm here with Early August. She's here to discuss her latest book, her poetry series, The Language, and she recently dropped that December 2nd, which is actually really dope. I have yet to read it, but I've heard amazing things about it. I can't go on my timeline without seeing it, and I've heard it's very empowering. So we're going to get right into the interview. So what actually started you to get into poetry and writing?
I actually started when I was 8 years old. I was inspired by Tupac. Just going through a not usual childhood and then just having an outlet, that was like a big thing for me. And yeah, he inspired me to just start writing, so I just been doing it ever since.
I read on your website that you said, or I don't think it was your website, or your Tumblr, you said that you recorded changes and that kind of like helped you like see what in that song, because that song is very emotional, what in that song just made you at 8 years old say, I want to be a writer and I want my words to impact people, the world?
Well, at 8 years old, I was fully aware of poverty and just him speaking out on that. And I always felt connected with Tupac because he always spoke for the youth and he always spoke about kids. And I knew a little bit about his story, like him, starting off acting and stuff like that. And from that, I knew I had to start young, and that was where I wanted to start, right there.
That's actually really good at 8 years old. You were just like, I want to impact the world.
Right.
Another thing I also noticed that you have sunflowers around, and I like when artists use a certain symbol. So what does sunflowers mean to you or represent for you?
Well, that's Tupac again. He was a rose that grew from concrete, and I call myself the sunflower that grew from cracked seed. So that was where that came from. And also, my birthday is in August, and that's like our flower.
Okay. Yeah, my grandma's birthday is in August. Okay, that's dope. If hold on, give me 1 second. Why is self-love important to you? Because I know that you point on that in The Language, and then I was reading your Instagram as well. You're saying you want to grow with your readers, and you want them to see you grow as an author. Why is self-love so important to you, and why do you emphasize that so much in your books?
Well, it started off with me not loving myself as a child and as a young adult. I was bullied in middle school, and I really grew like a hate for myself. And so as I grew up, and I just realized that self-hate that I had is basically that's how other people are going to treat you, the way that you treat yourself. And once I realized that I had the power to change my circumstances, and I had the power to take away the fact that I didn't have to be the victim, or just be more in control. So that's why self-love is important to me. And also because I feel like everyone has a purpose, and in order to fulfill your purpose, you have to love yourself enough to want to fulfill your purpose and to want to go after what you feel like you deserve. So that's why I feel like self-love is so important. I always talk about self-love.
And how has, I read that you were writing The Language and you were going through some depression and stuff, and I know that's a big topic with our generation and people our age. How has using poetry helped you, flow, grow as a woman, fight through the darkness and depression, even when sometimes you don't feel like the darkness is going to end? How has poetry come to you and just calming you and made you realize the storm is going to end soon? It's not always going to be forever.
I think poetry helped me because I was documenting my emotions. So after I would go back and read, and I would see like, oh, there's some growth here. There's a little bit of growth here. I can grow from this point, and that helped me to want to grow even more. Just seeing the little bits and pieces of growth in my poetry helps me to want to grow even more.
Okay. And if you don't mind, can you read a passage from your book?
Oh, absolutely. I will read something called Perfectly Fine. One good thing about me is that I've identified my strength. Even in the midst of suffering, I know that in the end I'll be perfectly fine because there's never been a time where I wasn't. I've gone through a lot, I've put myself through a lot, but I always make it through. The very things that have broken me have been the same things that have recreated me. Each time I advance to the next level. In the moment of breaking, I feel it deeply. Knowing that I'll be perfectly fine doesn't stop me from crumbling in the moment. That's what makes me perfectly fine in the end, because I feel things wholeheartedly until there's nothing left to feel.
That's really dope. So with that being said, do you see growth between seasons and the language?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like in seasons, I had an understanding of my emotions, but I feel like in the language, I dived way deeper. Like, I really dissected, like, just different parts of myself, and me wanting to understand myself more in the language. Me accepting myself is more in seasons. For me, trying to understand myself is in the language. So I feel like there's a lot of growth between these two books.
That's dope. And last question. How do you feel like your books will impact women in the future?
What I'm hoping for is that somebody just reads and connects with the words on these pages and just know that they're not alone. And, you know, everybody's growth is going to be different. I can't say that everyone can pick up the book and start where I was and finish off exactly where I was, but maybe it'll offer some encouragement to my generation of women now and the generations of women to come. Just some words of encouragement and wisdom that I have that I share, and also some spiritual guidance.
Where can we find the language and seasons?
The language is currently available on Amazon and also on my website, earlyaugust.net. And Seasons is currently available in Barnes & Nobles online, Amazon, and on my website as well.
Okay. And do you have any upcoming events or anything? Because I know that you do poetry events and you have book signings and stuff.
I don't have anything planned right now that I can speak on, but there will be things coming up.
Okay. So you have things in the future.
Right.
So we can look forward to 2018 being big for Early August. And if you haven't copped her books, you definitely should. I heard great things. I'm actually going to cop as soon as I get paid. But if you want to feel empowered, you want some self-love, I definitely suggest this because I've heard awesome things. And she seems like she's a beautiful woman with a lot of great energy. So look out for Early August on your nearest bookshelf. Thank you. This is Eargazmic Media. I'm Tyler Khimani, and this is Early August.